You know, I'm starting to think that reviewing robot vacuums is like reviewing smartphones. The camera's better, it's got better processing power. They get better every year, of course. But I feel like if there was a big step forward, remember when Samsung went to that 100x zoom? Maybe when Apple went from the iPhone 11 to 12, 5G, lots of new features. That's what this is. This is the Deebot X1 Omni from Ecovacs, and it's pretty mind-blowing. Now, we like to make our robot vacuum a part of our family. Larry was an unbelievable robot that really stepped it up in our household and essentially gave acceptance to robot vacuums. My wife was happy with the mopping that it did, let alone the vacuuming. So when David came along last year, Larry was handed on to my brother-in-law. Now we have this. And I'll be honest, we haven't even named it because there's a lot of conjecture over what we name our robot vacuum, but this one also already has a name, Yuki. And that's because it's voice controlled. And I'll tell you the reason we haven't named it yet. I haven't fully tested the voice control. It's heard me, it's responded, and I mean voice control as in it's listening, not through Google and all that. It's got all that as well. You can summon Google and Alexa and get it to start cleaning. But this is onboard voice control, so I could summon it to say, follow me, clean under the lounge and stuff like that, and it will do it. But that's the next step. That's a next level for me. This is a $2,500 vacuum cleaner and auto empty station, but look at the size of this thing. And the reason it's so big, this does more than any Deebot from Ecovacs has done before. So we'll get to the vacuum in a sec, but let's say it's gone out and done its thing. Comes back in and sucks all of the debris out of here and puts it into here. Easy done, fantastic. And that all happens in here. There is a bag. That's where all your debris goes, and you empty that out every month or so. But the problem with the robot vacuums we've had over the last couple of years that have had that same feature, they come back in having mopped, and they've got this dirty, filthy mopping cloth on the bottom, which you've got to rip off, throw away, or rip off and clean. Not anymore. The X1 Omni, by the way, look at this thing. It's beautiful. It's a Jakob Jensen design, so it's a beautiful design. These are the people that design the Bang & Olufsen and things like that. It's a gorgeous design, this is a metallic lid, stuff like that. It's all very smart. But on the back is not a mopping pad, but these mopping pads which rotate and they move in such a way that it gives the best scrubbed clean you've ever had. But most importantly, when it comes back from its clean, it goes in here and there is a self-cleaning process that goes on. So it actually backs in here and these get scrubbed clean. So it comes back into its own auto empty station there, the Omni station, and it empties itself so there's no dust and debris left. It cleans the mopping pads so that when it goes out the next day, they're good to go and it's not taking dirty water or dirty wet pads out again. They're clean. So how does that all work? Well, it's up here. In here, you've got clean water. Good stuff. Now I've filled this, we've been using this for about a month, maybe a touch less. I've filled this once before, so it's used a tank and a half, let's say in a month. If you have hard floors and you're mopping every day, you're going to go through this every week or so, probably every 2 weeks. That's the clean water. Let's keep that there for perspective because this is the water that comes off while it's doing the cleaning of the pads. That's disgusting. You can actually see, if I shake it around a bit, you'll see the disgusting filth at the bottom. All right, so that is the water from having cleaned the pads. Now, the pads don't need to only be cleaned here. There is also a spare set here, so you can basically swap between them. Let it do this, maybe clean itself every week and then clean those every week and cycle them around. That means that this is a fully hands-free cleaning system for a month. Maybe a couple of weeks if you're in a hardwood floors or hard floors like we are. But to not have to do anything, to let it do its clean, come back, not worry about it sitting there with a damp, dirty cloth. and to press the button again and send it out the next day or 2 days later, it's unbelievable. And it works a treat. The app is as good, if not slightly improved. There are a few features in there which I really love, but the bottom line is it's got the best mapping and the best virtual boundaries of any other robot vacuum I've tried, and its obstacle avoidance is still class leading. So it will see something on the floor and avoid it and report back what it was that it saw and go and clean it again if you want to tidy up after it. The X1 Omni is expensive. Don't get me wrong, this is not your first robot vacuum. I think you probably need to be bought into the system sooner than this. You need to buy something at $600-700, understand how great they are, and then go, oh my God, I can do this without emptying it out, without cleaning the mopping pad and all that stuff. And that's what you end up with here. The only real negative I'll say is it's just so big. My wife objects to the size of this thing, though it has subtly lived in the corner of our dining room for a month now, and I think it will continue to, and then it'll get a name. This is the X1 Omni, on sale now from Ecovacs at major retailers like JB Hi-Fi. Well worth a look. Not if you think that it's a waste of money to spend $2.5 on a vacuum cleaner, but if you've had a robot vacuum cleaner and you love the idea of it looking after itself and you servicing it and emptying it out every few weeks or month, this is the only one to consider. Very, very cool stuff from Ecovacs.